Once upon a time, when Mom and Dad were children and used to go sledding and jumping rope, all fairy tales were full of kindness, and lanterns were magical.
We live in a magical land. Let's see it together, it's grand. Let's start an adventure today. Our lantern will show us the way.
Magic Lantern. Okay, Mike, turn off the video game. It's time for us to watch a slideshow now.
One more minute, Kate. I'm almost done.
This slideshow is about kings.
Let's play a game. I'll be the king. And since I'm the king, I can do whatever I want to. And no one is allowed to bother me.
Keep dreaming, Your Majesty. Your people want to watch a slideshow. Switching on the magic lantern. The Little Prince and the Little Pauper. Based on a book by Mark Twain. One fine day, a little prince was born in the grand royal palace. His parents decided that they would name him Edward.
Lucky him. Now he can give orders to everyone else.
On that same fine day, a little pauper by the name of Tom was born in a poor area just outside the city. He wasn't as lucky. Everyone was very happy about Edward. They shouted, "Hooray!" threw their hats in the air, and danced for days.
See? The people are really happy now.
They're happy because the prince is still little and he can't order anybody around yet. But as for Tom, no one was happy about him. His mother and father already had 10 other children, and they had to feed them all and dress them too.
You mean that they can't get dressed by themselves? In our kindergarten, we learned how to do that from the start.
Tom's life wasn't a happy one. In fact, he was only happy when he was reading books about little princes.
Sounds like a bad country. I would never live there.
Mike, the country is only as good as its king. One day, Tom went to see the palace. He wanted to see where Prince Edward lived. Prince Edward saw Tom, and so he invited him inside to play.
Cool, all they need now is a TV set.
The prince treated Tom to some ice cream, and Tom taught the prince how to use a slingshot and how to stand on his head.
And they get to eat ice cream all day long.
The boys decided to switch clothes, since they looked alike. Now, Tom looked exactly like a prince, and Edward looked like a pauper.
Whoa, which one is which now?
At that moment, the servants rushed in, saw the pauper, and kicked him out of the palace.
Hold on, you're kicking out the wrong person.
"I am not the prince," yelled poor Tom, but no one would listen to him. "He's got brain damage," the servants whispered.
And what does brain damage mean? Did he get a boo-boo on his brain?
Well, in a way. "I am the prince," yelled Edward, but no one listened to him either. "He's crazy," laughed the people passing by.
He is not crazy, and he doesn't have brain damage. He's the real prince.
Tom had to learn to behave like a prince. He had to use a napkin to wipe his mouth and to wash his ears.
Really? The prince has to wash his ears too? That is so wrong.
And Prince Edward was caught by robbers, and he decided to teach them how to act properly. He taught them how to use a napkin to wipe their mouths and wash their ears.
Seems like being a king isn't as fun as I thought.
I guess someone here started using their head. Finally, Edward was very lucky to be able to get back into the palace. Tom was very happy to see him. "Here is your prince," he yelled.
I know why. He just got tired of washing his ears.
Edward changed and became a prince again. And then he became a king, and a very kind one, because he knew how hard it was for the poor people to live in his country.
Yeah, it's hard to become a kind king.
And it's easy to be an evil king. Tom moved into a small house in the royal garden. Little children would come there to eat ice cream and to listen to all the wonderful stories about princes.
Okay, I've decided I'm not going to be a prince, even if someone asks me to.
And what are you going to be? A pauper?
I'll be an ice cream man. He gets to eat ice cream and doesn't have to wash his ears either.
Okay, Mike, enough playing. We are going to watch a slideshow.
But Kate, hold on, I'm almost done.
No, you are done. I'm taking your controller.
Then I'm just gonna grow up and be bigger than you. I'll buy myself 100,000 controllers and won't give you any of them.
So now you're a meanie?
Yeah?
That's what you want?
Yeah!
In that case, fine. Then we'll watch a slideshow about exactly what happens to those who decide to behave like meanies. Switching on the magic lantern. Treasure Island, based on a book by Robert Louis Stevenson. One day, Jim and his really good friend Billy were fishing. Just then, they saw a bottle in the water sealed with sealing wax.
Kate, what is sealing wax?
Well, it's something like modeling clay. They opened up the bottle, and inside, they found a genuine treasure map. Wow! Lucky us! Said the two friends, and they went down to the harbor.
It's really important that they don't tell anyone about finding the secret map. Otherwise, they'd have to share the hidden treasure with everyone.
That's when they ran into Captain Silver in the harbor, and he agreed to help Jim and Billy search for the hidden treasure. I am the best captain in the whole world, said Silver.
And why is he a pig?
Pay attention and you'll find out. But Silver turned out to be a pirate. Together with other pirates, he decided to deceive the friends and steal the treasure from them. Do you understand now why Captain Silver looks like a pig?
Yeah, because he acts just like a pig.
So, they loaded up some food and water onto the ship and headed out to sea.
Oh, they're carrying a watermelon. I wish I had some.
Just so you could eat it by yourself, right? But once they saw the treasure island on the horizon, they hoisted a black flag on the mast, stole the map away from Jim and Billy, and threw the friends overboard.
Wow, they're mean.
As soon as Jim and Billy were in the water, they started to drown. All of a sudden, a big fish showed up on the surface. Shark! Yelled the friends.
They shouldn't have started this thing with the treasure in the first place. They should have stayed home and played video games peacefully.
Don't start that again. But it wasn't actually a shark at all. It was a big, friendly dolphin named Ben Gunn. He put the friends on his back and quickly took them to the island.
Hooray! They're saved! Get to the treasure in a hurry, or else the pirates will steal it from you.
Thank you, the friend said to the dolphin, and then ran to the cave. There, they found a chest full of golden coins.
Phew, it's still there. You can buy so many video games with that.
Jim and Billy took the chest and decided to bury it in the sand, right by the sea.
I don't get it. Why did they hide the treasure? Are they going to play hide and seek?
Soon the pirates arrived. They went ashore from the ship, then went into the cave to get the treasure. Oh no! It can't be! Yelled Captain Silver when he saw that the treasure was already gone from the cave.
It serves you right, you meanies. You shouldn't be stealing maps. Right, Kate?
Yup. In the meantime, Jim and Billy made their way to the pirate ship with the treasure and sailed away from the shore.
I wonder how they will split the treasure. Equal parts for both of them?
Watch, don't get distracted. Get them! Commanded the captain, and the pirates jumped into the water and started swimming after the ship. But the big and kind dolphin Ben Gunn blocked their way. Shark! Yelled the pirates and swam back to the shore.
Silly pirates, that's a dolphin. Bubblegum, Big Ben, Bam Boom, whatever, a dolphin.
Jim and Billy went home on the ship and Once they got there, they bought 100,000 ice creams for everyone in town. That's it. The end. See how kind they are? But you probably wouldn't want to share with anyone, right?
Of course I would share. I'm not some kind of pirate, you know.
Will you let me play one of your video games then?
No, I can't. If you're playing games, who'd show me the slideshows?
Okay, Mike, enough with your video games. We are going to watch a slideshow.
Not yet, Kate. I'm still working on the same level.
I said it's slideshow time.
You're always bossing me around. Everybody's bossing me around. When I grow up, I will go live on an island, all alone, without you.
So you want to go live on an island? All by yourself, too? Well, in that case, we'll watch a slideshow. How's that? All about someone who's living on an island and is alone, too. Switching on the magic lantern. Little Robinson Crusoe, based on a book by Daniel Defoe. Little Robinson's mom and dad really wanted him to become a baker, but instead he told them, I want to be a traveler.
Me too. I'll run away on a ship.
But the ship was caught in a storm. A huge wave washed Robinson overboard and away from the ship. Well, still want to be on a ship?
Actually, I'll take a train instead.
Just then, an island emerged in the distance. Hooray! I'm saved! Robinson got excited.
See? Nothing happened to him.
But there was no one on the island. The island was uninhabited. Poor Robinson. He was all alone.
He's gotta be the happiest guy in the world. Now he can do anything he wants.
Well, Robinson wanted to go home. He built a big boat, but he wasn't able to drag it to the water.
Why wouldn't he want to live on the island? He can play in the sand and swim all the time.
How would he cook food?
Why does he have to cook it? Just pick macaroni from the tree and eat it.
Anyway, Robinson built a house, made some clothes, and even learned how to bake buns. How happy his mother and father would be now.
He's the one who should be happy. All you hear from your parents is, don't do this, don't go there, wash your hands.
Robinson found a talking parrot and named him Polly. However, even Polly couldn't help him return home.
Polly.
Many years passed. One day, on a beautiful Friday, Robinson was walking along the beach when suddenly he saw some strange footprints in the sand.
So his parents found him then, huh?
Robinson followed the footprints and soon he saw a native. It was terrible. Evil and hungry crocodiles were going to eat him. So, still want to go to the island?
Okay, not so much.
Robinson chased all the crocodiles away. The native was saved. Robin named him Friday, 'cause it was Friday.
Phew, he got away.
Now Robinson had a real friend. Robinson taught Friday how to say good morning, thank you, and you're welcome. And he taught him how to cook buns.
That's a really good friend, not like some others.
One day, far out in the sea, a ship emerged. Hooray, hooray! We're saved! Shouted Robinson and Friday.
Oh, good things never last.
But there were evil pirates on the ship. They went ashore and started hurting animals and birds.
Oh, Kate, I'm not gonna go away. I'll behave.
So do you really mean that? And Robinson and Friday set all the crocodiles free. And they were really hungry. Ouch! Ouch! Yelled the pirates, and they climbed up the palm tree.
Yeah, it serves you right.
So, Robinson and Friday went aboard the pirate ship and sailed home. Goodbye, little pirates!
Now they'll learn what it's like to suffer. learn what it's like to cook buns.
Robinson and Friday soon made it back home. Then baked tasty buns for everyone and began telling them all about their adventures.
Now I'm hungry too. Kate, will you cook something for me, please?
Well, why don't you go pick some macaroni from the tree?
No, I can't do it without you.
I could have told you that, Robinson. Mike, turn off the video game right now. We're going to watch a slideshow.
Kate, wait a minute. I'll just finish off these nasty pirates. And there are only 8 of them left.
Only 8? You are so brave here, but what if you met real pirates, huh? What would you do?
I could beat them even if I only had one hand. I'm not afraid of anyone. I could even beat 100 pirates.
Whoa! Even one real pirate is too much for you to handle. So now we're going to watch a slideshow about a boy who you will see is actually really, really brave. Switching on the magic lantern. The Little Captain, based on a book by Jules Verne. One day, Captain James, his beautiful wife Kitty, and their little son Dick set out on a voyage on a great big ship.
Is that the brave boy? He went on a voyage, but with his mom and dad.
That's right, but it was way out into the open sea and on a real ship. The sky was blue, the sun was bright, and the sea was calm.
So no big deal, really.
But suddenly, Dick saw a sailor in the waves who was holding onto a piece of floating debris from a ship.
I bet he's really glad there were no sharks around.
No sharks yet,
Poor guy probably survived a shipwreck.
decided Captain James, and threw him a life preserver.
He was lucky.
Keep watching. Now we'll find out who was lucky and who wasn't. The rescued sailor's name was Nigel. He was a cunning and greedy pirate. He decided to take over James's beautiful ship.
Oh no! It's too bad there really weren't any sharks.
But how to do it? Nigel cooked up a sour soup that made Captain James's stomach upset, and he got a high fever. Who would be the captain now?
You see, I'm never again gonna eat soup.
Of course, it was Dick who came to the rescue. He fearlessly took over the helm and bravely sailed the ship.
I could have done that too, probably.
Yeah, probably. But Nigel broke the compass and secretly turned the ship towards a pirate island.
Whoa, what a meanie.
That's right. They shouldn't have rescued him that day. Land ho! Land ho! Little Captain Dick was happily shouting. They thought they would finally find a doctor to help Captain James.
There's no doctor there.
Yes, I know this place very well,
Said the tricky Nigel.
There's a doctor who lives near here. Let's go. I'll show you where.
No, go back! Don't listen to him! He's lying to you!
But Nigel brought sick Captain James, his beautiful wife Kitty, and little Dick into the jungle, where a band of pirates were hiding.
I knew it!
Tie them up, commanded Nigel.
Now we have a new ship.
We're doomed, cried Kitty. Well, things do look bad. But the resourceful and clever Dick untied the ropes and ran away. The pirates ran after him.
I could have done that too. I run really fast.
Dick climbed a coconut tree.
Come down here!
Yelled the pirates.
Oh no, I would have done that too. Only I'm not allowed to climb trees yet.
You are some rescuer, aren't you? Bam! A huge coconut knocked a pirate to the ground. Bam! Bam! The second pirate also got knocked down by a coconut. Bam! 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 The third coconut knocked over the greedy Nigel. It serves him right.
Yeah, all right. That's what you get for hurting good people.
So So then little Captain Dick and his family finally returned to the ship. Captain James was feeling much better, and they were able to continue on their voyage. Well, what do you think now? Still want to sit inside and play video games all day?
You know what, Kate? From now on, I'm going to practice sports so I can become strong too. You never know. It might actually come in handy someday.
Okay, Mike, quit playing that game. We are going to watch a slideshow about love.
What? A show about love? Phew, yuck!
No one cares what you think about it.
It's because you had a crush on Tommy since 5th grade, sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
You're the one who has a crush on a girl. Why else would you keep pulling on Mary Collins' ponytail? I know all about it. Mom told me everything. Switching on the magic lantern. A ship with scarlet sails. Based on a book by Alexander Grin. Aisel's father made toy ships for a living, and his daughter Aisel would sell the toy ships in the city.
Aisel is her name? What kind of a name is that?
On her way to the city, Aisel would stop and stare at the sea and dream. She dreamt of someday meeting a handsome prince.
Too bad. There aren't enough princes for everyone.
One day, her father made a small ship with beautiful billowing scarlet sails. My prince will come sailing into port on a ship like this, decided Aisel.
That ship looks like my remote-controlled boat.
Everyone in town made fun of her dreams. Look at the princess, they said, and pointed their fingers at her. They laughed at poor Aisel. Well, what do you know? A town that is full of smarty pants just like you. In those days, far, far away, in a magical kingdom, there lived a real prince named Gray. So, real princes do exist. Gray always dreamed of becoming a captain who would sail around the world and find his true love. Ah, that's so romantic. When Gray finished school, he gathered his crew, packed his belongings, and sailed away on his ship.
Well, it's not like he's trying to find Aisel.
All of a sudden, a terrible storm broke out. Gray had to reach shore immediately.
What for? Aisel isn't there anyway.
He walked ashore, and there he saw Aisel. She was standing near the water, quietly dreaming of her prince, while the wind was blowing through her golden hair.
Wait a minute. What if he doesn't like her? Maybe he would rather meet somebody taller.
Aisel was so beautiful that Gray instantly fell in love.
Whatever.
I get it. You're just jealous because Mary Collins doesn't even want to play with you, does she? Gray went to town to find out more about this beautiful girl. He was told that she's the carpenter's daughter, who spends her time dreaming of silly things, like Scarlet Sails. If you want a girl to love you, you shouldn't pull on her ponytail. You should make her dreams come true instead. Gray realized he had found his soulmate. He went to the store and bought 300 rolls of scarlet silk.
I know. He wants to sew sails to put on his ship.
Aisel decided to go home. No one else was going to buy a toy ship today, and the prince never came. What if princes don't exist? Thought Aisel.
That's nonsense. Princes do exist, right, Kate?
The next day, she stared at the sea again, for no reason in particular. This became her habit.
Kate, why are you sobbing like that? Don't cry.
And suddenly, Aisel saw the ship with the scarlet sails. Aboard the ship was Gray, who waved at her. Aisel approached him. Oh my! All the townspeople exclaimed. She was right after all! Mike, is something the matter? Are you crying too?
Me? No way! I don't cry. I'm not a girl, you know.
Aisel and Gray climbed aboard the ship with scarlet sails and sailed away to the magical kingdom. And Aesel's father sent them brand new toy ships each and every week as gifts for his grandchildren.
Hey, Kate, do you think Mom will let me give my remote-controlled ship away as a present to someone?
But who would you give the ship to anyway? To Mary? Well, if it really is for her, I guess we can convince Mom. Okay, Mike, stop playing. Now we are going to see a slideshow.
I know when I need to stop. I am not a little kid.
Yes, you are a little kid. Give me the controller.
When you want me to tidy up the room, I'm a big boy. But when I play video games, I'm a little kid.
Okay, then go pick up your toys. Uh-huh, so you don't want to. Then give me the controller and let's watch. Switching on the magic lantern. Gulliver in the Country of the Lilliputians, based on a book by Jonathan Swift. Little Gulliver dreamed about traveling, but in order to be able to travel, he had to first grow up. So, he would always carry a ruler with him. That way, he could find out how much he's grown every day.
Good idea, so no one calls me little.
Well, Gulliver finally grew up and went on a trip. The ship got caught in a terrible storm, and Gulliver got washed overboard.
What's a storm?
Huge waves. You don't know what a storm is? I thought that you said you were big. A huge wave threw Gulliver ashore onto a beach. I'm alive, thought Gulliver happily, and fell asleep.
Phew, he was lucky.
When Gulliver finally woke up, he couldn't move at all. He saw that his body was tied up with thousands of small ropes. He was stuck.
It's probably a gigantic spider.
Gulliver looked around and saw a whole bunch of little men, and every one of them was wearing small yellow boots.
Wow, they are tiny.
The place where Gulliver washed ashore was a very small country. Everything there was small. Even the people that lived there were little people. See, Mike, you would be the biggest little man there in Lilliput.
No, I am not a little man, but maybe you are a giant.
This is great! Gulliver was happy. It's just that I'm hungry. The little people brought him 300 sandwiches and 10 barrels of hot chocolate.
That's what you have for breakfast every morning.
After breakfast, Gulliver measured all the little people with his ruler. They were 6 inches tall. He started preparing for the trip home.
Kate, you better watch your step where you walk, you know. You might squash someone.
But then, the Lilliput King himself came to see Gulliver. He ordered Gulliver to go to the neighboring island and scare all the little people there.
See? All the little people are afraid of you.
Why? Gulliver was surprised. Because they don't want to wear yellow boots, said the Lilliput King. And here's Mike, so little, yet he thinks he's so big, and he argues about small things. All right, I'll go, said Gulliver, and went to the neighboring island. Gulliver brought 100 pairs of yellow boots to the people of that island, and he told everyone to put them on.
And you're a...
Can't think of anything, can you? But the little people there threw out the yellow boots and put on their green ones again.
You're a lamppost!
What? Apologize now. The king got very angry. Go back over there and scare them some more, he shouted at Gulliver. No, answered Gulliver. You go and make peace with them, otherwise I'll scare you.
No, I'm not going to apologize.
All right then, I won't show you any more slideshows. The little people then decided to make up with each other. As a sign of friendship, they exchanged their boots. Now, they all wore 1 green boot and 1 yellow boot. You are worse than those little people. And Gulliver found a big boat and sailed home. Once he got home, he told everyone about the little people, but no one there believed him. It's impossible, said everyone, that they would wear one green boot and one yellow boot.
Okay, Kate, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Now I can see that you're not that little. You've actually grown up.
Yeah! You want to see how tall I am? Where's my ruler?
Oh no, I was wrong. Okay, Mike, turn off the video game. We are going to watch a slideshow now.
It's not fair! I haven't completed this level yet!
I said we are watching a slideshow.
Okay. I hope it's like a computer game, you know, with monsters and knights and cool stuff like that.
Well, let's see. Oh, this is a story just like that, with knights and monsters, just the way you want it. Switching on the magic lantern. Don Quixote, based on the book by Miguel Cervantes. Little Don Quixote liked reading books about knights more than anything in this world. So much that sometimes he forgot to eat or even to sleep.
Oh, just like me! Only I like playing games with knights, not reading books about them.
One day, Don Quixote decided, now I'm going to become a knight and I will fight evil giants.
So he became a knight? But he doesn't have any skills.
He made himself a wooden spear, a cardboard sword, and he put a brass pot on his head. He looked just like a real knight.
But his armor is weak. Who would want to play with a knight like that?
Suddenly, Don Quixote remembered that a real knight needs a sword bearer to carry his sword and his spear.
Well, go ahead. Pick a sword bearer. You better pick someone with magic powers from level 3.
Just then, his friend, Sancho Panza, who was a baker, was passing by. Will you come with me to fight giants? Asked Don Quixote.
No, he's a baker. He wouldn't know anything about fighting giants.
Sancho Panza didn't want to fight giants. He had just baked a lot of tasty rolls. But Don Quixote convinced him.
Well, that's it then. The mission will fail.
Soon they noticed something huge in the distance. Hooray! It's the giant! This will be our first heroic deed, shouted Don Quixote.
No, there's no way they can beat that giant. They need to be a lot stronger than that.
Hold on, that's not a giant, it's just an old mill, protested Sancho Panza.
I don't understand. Was there a giant or not?
No, it's a giant that turned into an old mill, disagreed Don Quixote, and he charged at it.
Oh, he shouldn't have. He is going to lose.
Of course he lost, because it was a huge, powerful mill. I mean a giant.
See? I told you. He is no knight.
But Don Quixote didn't get upset. I will win next time, he said, feeling the bump on his head.
He will be defeated again. This is a strange game. I mean, story.
Next, Don Quixote fought with an army of bewitched giants. Of course, Sancho Panza thought it was just a large herd of woolly sheep.
No, they've got it all wrong. The knight and the giants don't know what they're doing. That's not how video games work.
Another time, there was this tricky giant that turned into a wild lion. Don Quixote wasn't scared at all, but the lion was scared, so it didn't show up for the fight.
But of course. Well done, Don Quixote. He's not afraid of anyone.
Don Quixote decided to fight all the giants in the world. But Sancho Panza missed his bread so much that he convinced Don Quixote they should return home.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought he would defeat someone in the end.
Back home, Sancho immediately hid all the books about knights, just in case.
Well, I understand why. Because he doesn't want Don Quixote to fight giants anymore. He's a pretty smart guy, if you ask me.
And Don Quixote wrote down all of his adventures. And they came out better than the ones he read about in all of his favorite books. Everyone forgot about those books, but we all still remember Don Quixote.
Well, it's a cool story. I get it. Don Quixote didn't have the skills, but he was super brave.
You know, Mike, you should try writing some stories like this too. You really know how to express yourself.
That's a good idea. Just let me complete this level. We live in a magical land. Let's see it together, it's grand. Let's start an adventure today. Our lantern will show us the way.
Magic Lantern.